Over the past few years, threats to schools have happened across the nation.
We have watched these tragedies unfold with broken hearts, anxiety, and questions about school safety.
As first responders, we want you to know exactly what we're doing to keep all students safe in Surry County and to let you know what you can do to be a part of emergency preparedness.
We invite you to have a conversation as a family to establish what to do and who to contact in case of an emergency so that we can all work together as a community.
There are two types of emergency situations, a lockdown and a shelter in place. The third option is an evacuation, which we will discuss later. A school goes into a shelter in place if there's law enforcement activity or a public safety concern on campus or in a neighborhood near campus.
Lockdowns happen when a potential threat is reported or there's a situation that could threaten student safety on campus. During a lockdown, all doors inside and outside the school are locked. No one is allowed to enter or leave the school or any of its classrooms. Classes are not evacuated until told to do so by law enforcement, entering the classroom with a key. A lockdown can take hours to resolve, even if the threat turns out to be a hoax or a misunderstanding.
So at other times, law enforcement and office personnel may decide that they need to evacuate the campus. In this case, students will be escorted to an off-campus location.
Our schools have worked hard to promote a safe school culture, performing practice drills throughout the school year, along with training our staff to follow procedures that maximize student and staff safety.
For example, staff follow set procedures for visitors that arrive on campus. It is important that everyone visiting a school location from outside be screened before entering the school. When a visitor arrives on campus, signs will direct them to the primary entrance to the school. Visitors are not allowed in any other exterior door.
Once the visitor arrives at the front door, they must press the main button on the PA system keypad. This system establishes a two-way audio and visual communication between the outside of the building and the front office staff. Identification and purpose for being on campus must be corroborated before visitors are allowed access to the school. Visitors allowed into the school will check in with the front office staff. Once signed in, visitors will be given a badge to wear while inside the building. Visitors must wear a badge while on a school campus and return their badge upon checkout. Our agency has also planned and trained together regularly so that when a critical call comes in, we are ready to coordinate response. Parents, once a shelter in place or lockdown is initiated, please do not call 911 or the school dispatch, and school employees are not your source for information. They are working together to make sure that students, staff, and first responders have what they need that very second. In addition to training, there are ongoing conversations happening throughout our organizations to identify emerging trends happening in school violence and to look at our needs and resources to provide the best response for our kids. If there is a safety threat at one of our schools, our deputies are trained to respond from anywhere in Surry County. There is no waiting or staging period. The first officer on the scene will immediately enter the school to search for and stop the threat. That is our singular focus. Anytime there is a threat to a school, our community should expect to see a large law enforcement presence, often from multiple agencies. As additional officers arrive on scene, they will work to stop the threat.
Once a lockdown or shelter in place begins, staff inside the school stop answering phones, focus on locking doors, work on communicating with school resource officers and local law enforcement officers, and assist students with knowing what to do.
The first message you receive from the district may not have a great deal of detail about why the school is in lockdown or shelter in place. Accurate information takes time, and we will communicate this information as quickly as possible.
Take a moment to download the Surry County Schools mobile app from the App Store or Google Play and select your student's school for mobile alerts. Follow Surry County Schools and the Surry County Sheriff's Office on social media. These pages will be your trusted sources for correct information.
We understand that it can be scary not knowing what's happening right away. It's tempting to believe the first thing you see on social media or here inside the school, but first isn't always best. Oftentimes it's incorrect. We encourage you to wait for credible information from law enforcement or from the district.
Before a shelter-in-place or lockdown occurs, it is crucial to let law enforcement and school leaders know anytime you see something concerning. The district has implemented the Say Something Anonymous reporting tool. If you're worried about someone, see something concerning on social media, or overhear a threat, submit a confidential tip to a licensed counselor who can help. Call the tip line at 1-844-5-SAY-NOW. Submit a tip online at www.saysomething.net or use the mobile app. Remember, saying something could save someone.
You're trusting us with the most precious gift, the safety and well-being of your children. You deserve transparency on what we're doing in Surry County to protect our schools.
Please partner with us to have conversations about the safety of your students. Empower your family and friends to make smart decisions in the event of an emergency.
Surry County Schools is proud to partner with the Surry County Sheriff's Office and other emergency management officials to keep our kids safe so they can design their dreams and grow as leaders.